mean, I've only ever known my father to be a seaman. He'd go to Canada and back, and he'd only do like short trips, and then when he came home, he'd bring us all kinds of sweets. Only my mum and my brother. Before my father was killed, we lived in Lower Breck Road, and then because my father was killed, I don't think my mother could afford the rent, and we had to move to a little 2 up and 2 down in Baldwin Street. I can remember war first started. I can remember standing there with my gas mask and a label on, being evacuated, and I thought it was great fun going on this train there, and my mother, I can remember, didn't want me to go, and I went to Conway, and this lady took 5 evacuees all in one bed, and somebody wet the bed. We'd wake up all soaking wet, and she used to take us into Conway itself, go in the pub and leave us outside with a bag of chips, and we thought it was great. We went to school half a day, so it was afternoons. I was getting ready to go to school, and the bell of the door went, and it was my dad. Pack your bags. He'd come home, and my mum had said she was in Wales. What? The baby's in Wales? So I packed my bag, and my dad brought me home. My poor brother, he was not well with diphtheria. And then my father was killed. We had no option then. We had to go away. She just got a telegram. They used to have telegram boys on bicycles then. And there was just a knock on the door with a telegram to say, we regret to inform you, your husband, George Edward Hawkesworth, is presumed missing at sea. And I'd gone to school. My mum came round and brought us home from school. And then a few weeks after, another telegram just to say, now he's presumed dead. So at the pier head was a memorial, a big white one. It's for the Navy, and my dad's name is on the plaque. She had to go and work in a factory, which was called Automatic, it was called, on Edge Lane. And she'd never experienced a factory, but she had to go on aircraft wiring. And then we went on a farm where it wasn't very nice for me because I always cried, and my brother Ken would always go and get the sticks. And then they had a pump, for no indoor water, the pump, so you'd have to pump the water. And sometimes you'd get washed in just cold water. And then in Wales they used to make cakes in big tins on Sunday, and if we didn't say the Welsh words, they'd all be having their tea and cutting this cake and eating, and we'd just be sitting there. So that was awful. But when my mum came again and we cried, and she took us back home, and then we had to go back again through circumstances. And then I was taken to this lady with a young couple who were really nice. The only thing, it was a long way from school, and I had to walk, all the way into school. But we only did mornings or afternoons. And the Welsh children would reverse it the next week. They'd go in the morning, we'd go in the afternoon, and the next week we'd be afternoon. So, didn't have a full-time education. I never got a chance to go to a college or anything like that. I can only remember the city, Blackless, a big store, used to have a big rocking horse on the top floor, and every time if you went to town, your mum would take you in Blackless to go on the rocking horse. So that's gone. We didn't have a garden. People had what they called Anderson shelters, which was in the garden with a roof like that. But we never went in there because we didn't have a garden. Bowler Street School had a swimming bath, and that was turned into an air raid shelter. So people went into the air raid shelter. We went there a few times. So, because I went to Bowler Street, it was really not nice. I mean, it would be cold and dragging you out with a blanket and a pillow. and all these people crowded, people smoking and everything. So my mum said, I'm not doing it, we're not going. Slept under the stairs. We just had like big cushions and a blanket and siren suit, which would be a onesie now. Everybody knew about the bomb in the college because it was so awful in the area. It was just an air raid, and it had a direct hit and the boilers burst. There was a boy, his name was Stephen, his family were all wiped out. It was the day, and everybody was walking into town to St George's Hall, and everybody was like, because the lights went on and people had bonfires in the road and everyone happy and singing in the air raid shelters and dancing in the road and everything. But my dad didn't come home, did he? And Mum never went out of the house. We were children who didn't want to celebrate because my mum was sad. For us to know the reason why unanswered is our prayer, but for us to wait for God's own time to ease the cross we bear.